Nope. Welcome back to, once again, another exciting video on Needle Media. You guys can't even see it, that says Needle Media. So, in today's video, as you guys can tell from the title, the thumbnail, everything about it, you guys are about to witness what is the difference between a $100 BMX bike and a $1,000 BMX bike. So as much as I'd love to go outside and explain this and enjoy the fresh air, I can't. Because it's really cold. Really cold. So on that note, I see no further objection than to get right into this video. First things first is the price, obviously. 9 times out of 10 when you come across a department store bike like Walmart, Kmart, Target, Sam's Club, any big distributor just like that, their bikes are priced generally cheap. Whereas a stock bike on Dance Comp would cost $200 to almost $1,000. Almost to where a full custom complete bike could cost to $1,000 to $3,000 depending on the parts and what you use. Now I could already hear the comments saying,
Ryan, what bike is $3,000?
have you ever heard of profile wheels, titanium parts, oil slick? That stuff's pretty expensive. So let's get into the basis of why a department store bike is really cheap compared to a bike on Dance Comp. One reason for sure is quality. Nearly 100% of the time, department stores today, they will break over time. A lot of the reason is because a lot of these bikes are made to break, so you go out and buy another department store bike. If it was made to last, then what would the company get any profit out of? It's a one and done deal. As to why they break very easily. Whereas to if you were to buy a bike from Dance Comp or your local bike shop, a lot of the parts are made out of chromoly and their welds are not from some Japan machine. They're legitimate welds made from people. So any parents watching this video right now whose son or daughter is getting into the sport of BMX, yes, department store bikes and Dance Comp bikes, they both serve the same purpose and they're both made to do the same thing. It's just the quality that you're getting between them. If you want to see your son or daughter live to be past the age of 25 due to bike malfunctions, I would definitely go with a Dance Comp bike over a Walmart bike. Ryan, what do you mean? Aren't bikes built the same way? Yeah, I guess you could say that. But if you were to go down to your department store right now and they needed a bike mechanic, they would hire you on the spot if you knew how to work on bikes or you didn't. It doesn't take much to get a job there for bike mechanics. If you were to buy a bike from Dance Comp or your local bike shop, they'll build it for you. Dance Comp, you build it yourself, but it comes half built already. So you have a team of professionals building a bike for you or a team of monkeys with their hands chopped off?
Well, let's start from the back to the front first here. So when you spin the tires, you can hear some very loud rubbing.
I was just doing a little jump off that thing right there.
And if you look at this, you can tell it's on backwards. It's very loose. I mean, you would never be able to stop with that. You can pull it all the way back and it's not doing much.
I can be doing my homework right now.
Whole fork is moving back and forth in it.
Do nothing to it. Do nothing to it, and this happens.
I want a personal apology from Aaron Ross. What is this?
So yeah, be very cautious when buying a bike here. Very cautious.
Come on, Odyssey. You better do something about this.
If you're cruising down one of the hills of California, let's just say, Beverly Hills, one of the most gorgeous places in the world, would you rather have a department store bike or a $1,000 bike? And who would you trust more, a team of monkeys or a professional bike mechanic? Siri, do you trust Walmart bikes?
Here's what I found.
It's not what you're supposed to say. I paid good money for you. Now you're gonna work. Alright?
Okay, I am sorry.
Siri, do you trust Walmart bikes?
No, I do not trust Walmart bikes at all. They are dangerous and whack as f***. I would rather cruise down the 64 with a custom fit bike with some sick Needle Media merchandise that you can buy from needlemediabrand.com.
Oh, alright. Well then. Siri said it herself. One more thing that very much correlates with buying a very expensive bike versus a very cheap bike is that when you buy a bike from a department store, you can't do much to customize it to your own means. When you buy a complete custom bike, you can customize it to any size, any preference, and any way you want it. On an $100 BMX bike, a lot of the grips and a lot of the seats are very rough, hard, and they hurt a lot if you fall. But that's the least of your concern if you're riding with plastic for grips. A lot of the time, if you ride your bike a lot or you want to get into the sport of BMX and doing tricks, those grips are going to tear apart your hands. And if you could do a tail whip on a bike, right now at this instance, I dare you to take off your seat and try it. Because taking off your seat would probably be a little bit more safer than riding with a Walmart bike or a $100 bike seat. 9 times out of 10, a $100 bike seat will be a piece of plastic with a thin layer of protection or padding with a cover of you know, Spider-Man, Elsa, anything just like that. You're out here chilling with your homies, mobbing down the street. You want to bust out a fat tail whip, crank flip, no footer, can, anything to take off your feet. Now, you ain't gonna do that on a department store bike. Why is that? Because if you slip a pedal, which 9 times out of 10 you probably will because the pedals suck, you're going to have a, what's the word I'm looking for? What is it? Siri! You're gonna have a pretty dramatic time with a seat up your and long story short, it'll hurt. So one of the last and final reasonings that kind of correlates with the first one being quality is the weight of these parts. Believe it or not, if you were to go on any department store's website, just like Walmart, let's go. The first bike to show up, first bike to show up is a Mongoose Brawler Pro Freestyle BMX bike. It's $100. So it was kind of hard finding out the weight of this certain bike just because it didn't list it in any of the specs and it had to be answered in a customer Q&A. So it's either the company forgot or they just did not want to list the weight of their bike because it's kind of heavy. 29 pounds for a BMX bike that is from Walmart that has basically everything a regular BMX bike should look to have. Now a regular BMX bike with 4 pegs kind of looks like this, could be described as 24 pounds, 23 pounds. And if you are completely street, you don't care about weight that much, your bike will be looking at 27, pushing 28 maybe. But it's all personal preference. 30 something pounds is a little heavy for me, and I'm pretty sure it's heavy for other people. So put that in perspective, write it down in a little note, put it in the filing cabinet, put it anywhere, keep it in your head. So with that, there's a few odds and ends that you have to consider when you are looking into purchasing a bike. And quite frankly, that is, with quality comes the sturdiness and flexibility of your bike. Believe it or not, a lot of bike parts come with a certain flexibility, just like rims, that are able to maneuver and manage when you are doing big drops. I see this with why people ride titanium parts, such as park riders. Let's just say if you were to take titanium parts to the streets and you were to do like a big drop on titanium parts, a lot of the times the titanium wouldn't snap, but it is much easier to bend. If you were to take a Walmart bike, it's made of alloy and steel basically, it will snap and bend like it's almost aluminum foil. So take that as a grain of salt because flexibility and sturdiness definitely matter in the long run when you are buying a bike. So the question still remains. What's better? It very much depends on what the purpose for the bike is for. So if you're looking for something temporary, something cheap, definitely get a Walmart bike. Get something cheap because there's no point in spending $2,000 into a custom bike if you're not going to ride it to its full potential. It's made to do tricks, not made to pedal down the street. So that being said, if you want to do tricks, if you want to learn to ride bikes better and you want to go hit those massive dirt jumps near your house or something, definitely look into getting a custom BMX bike because they are definitely worth it. So long story short, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. I'm gonna leave it up for grabs of what you guys think is better for the use of the bikes. If you guys have any objections to the video, if you guys have anything that you want to say, please leave it in the comment section down below. And as always, share it with friends, share with the homies, share with the dog, share with the cat, share with your friends, hot mom, share with your Uncle Bethany. And then don't forget to support your boy, NeedleMediaBrand.com. I have a few hats running still. And as always, share with your friends. Everybody. Peace.
Smoking this up here in the night.